I'm just kidding, y'all. Good afternoon. This is Gabby, and if I can get the sun out of my face, you can see me. Yay! Anyway, y'all, I just wanted to make a video because it is colder. The seasons has changed into winter temporarily here in Texas, permanently everywhere else. And this made me think about the seasons that we go through in life. This is something that whenever I became a Christian, for a while I kind of was like, why is everybody referring to things as seasons? That makes no sense. And if you don't exactly know what it means, if you think it means like summer, fall, winter, spring, then it really doesn't make sense to you, and that's exactly how I thought of it. Seasons, when we're using this in the Bible or when we're using this in our lives and not in reference to the time of year, basically means you're going through a time period. So, and I don't know that this needs to be explained, but for me it did, so I'm just going to put that out there for somebody else that does. So anyway, for example, you're going through, maybe perhaps it's a season of or God's building your testimony, you're having lots of hardship, you're having lots of things go on that you don't necessarily want to, but God is building you up. Well, He's breaking you down so He can build you up. So you might have a loss in the family, you might have lost your job, might have some financial issues, just something that's kind of taxing and stressful on you. But that is because God wants you to look to Him and say, Lord, I can't do this on my own. Please come in and please do this for me. So then when He does, whenever you do find that God has brought you out of that, not only does that build you up and build your faith, it also has you realize that, hey, I don't have to do this alone. God is here with me, and that He always will be. And it also brings you into another season, which is just sort of a season of letting things go, allowing God to take the wheel, and understanding that He always should. And I know that there are some people that say when they go through hardships they always do, but I can admit that I don't always. Sometimes I try to do things on my own first, and whether that's for a minute or two, or for months, or for years, and seasons can last years, I do this, and it's something I've been working on because I'm somebody that likes to worry, somebody that likes to dwell on things that don't matter. I just constantly, I kind of try to control my own environment, which I shouldn't. And for example, for me right now, this whole season of dealing with the infertility, I know in my heart that if God wants me to have a daughter or a son, that He, I don't know why I said that, children, that He will allow me to have children. There's so many women throughout the Bible that were barren. The one that I have actually read a lot about recently, and I feel kind of drawn to read about, is Joseph's mother, Rachel. She's this gorgeous woman, according to her husband, which I'm sure most husbands think their wives are pretty hot. But, it says she's beautiful, and she's obviously a good woman and something that's to be desired. And I would like to think that I'm a good woman and something to be desired, not in a lustful way, but in a loving way. So, my husband, this is something that Jacob will be Israel wants. He wants children, and so he has Leah, which is her sister, and he has, I believe it's 11 children, 11 sons with Leah, and then he has one with Rachel, which is Joseph. And so we have, Joseph in his dream code. He's the dream interpreter. He's a great man of God. If you know who Joseph is, that's amazing. He's, goes to Egypt, redeems his family because he's there being faithful to God and just doing what God has told him to do, which is interpret dreams, truthfully. But anyway, and that's, that story, whatever. And I don't know that my child's going to be that amazing. That would be an absolute blessing if I had a child and he was able to do these things for, say, the president, which would be the equivalent of the king of Egypt. I don't even know. But when the time comes, I don't really expect that much out of my kid, but if God does, well, then so be it. That's what's going to happen. Anyway, guys, my point being is whenever God decides to open up my womb, so to speak, He's going to do so. And that's my hardship. That's my season that's going on right now. There are a few other things, but I'm at the point now where I really don't think about it. It's just something that, every now and again I'll get kind of like, oh, this sucks, because I've got a lot of family that's having babies, which is great. I'm really excited. Lots of babies. I love being an aunt. I love being a cousin or whatever to these kiddos. But if I'm being honest, I want to know if I can do that one day, and God has already told me, that I will be a mother. Like I've said in previous videos, I don't know if that's my own kids, somebody else's kids, what have you, but I don't care. I'm prepared for that, whatever it may be. But anyway, I've also gone through time periods where it's amazing. I would say any time with Jesus is amazing, but I've gone through time periods where everything's amazing, which is a season. And my point to this entire video is not to ramble and tell you about my life. My point to this entire video is to tell you that if you're in a time where you're feeling like you're down and things aren't going your way and you just want God to bring you out of it, He will bring you out of it. And the reason that you're in it is because He needs you to rely on Him. So my best advice to anybody that's going through something like this is God is drawing you in. God is trying to break down something that you're doing or something that's occurring to bring you in. Maybe you're not doing anything at all. Maybe He just wants you, and so you've just got to say, Lord, I don't know what it is, if you don't, and just allow me to know what that is so I may be closer to you, so my faith may be brought to a place that would glorify you, and that I might be able to be closer to you. And I'm not quite sure why. I haven't really read anything about this, but I just felt compelled to say that. And so if it's something that you needed to hear, that's great. I'm happy to hear that. If you'd let me know, that'd be amazing. If not, well, that's perfectly fine. If you already know that, then hey, this is a great reminder for you, me, and everybody else. But for some reason, I was told to say that. I was not audibly, but God was just kind of like, hey, you should mention this. So of course I'm going to do so. And if that pertains to you and you need some prayer, you need somebody to be with you during that time, I'm here for you. You've probably got people around there for you. But if that's what you need, y'all, I just appreciate if you'd reach out, let somebody know, because we want to be with you in these times, whether you believe it or not. Someone wants to be with you. Somebody wants to be helping you through this so that you might be able to build your faith and rely deeply on God. But anyway, y'all, whether you're having a blessing or a hardship, it's great that you're watching this video, that you care enough about your blessing or hardships or the seasons that you're in, and God does want to work through you. So I just thank you so much for watching this video. I love y'all, and I appreciate you watching these videos, even if it's one or two of you. I don't care. I'm going to keep making them. And I thank you so much for caring about what I have to say. It's amazing that anyone would care about the words that come out of this mouth. Anyway, thank y'all so much. I pray you're doing well, and have a great day.